What's up, you guys? It's your girl, D Stuttering the Diva here, and we are here with another episode of Crocheting with the Diva. This morning, I am with Miss Katrina Norman of the beautiful brown rainbow, which is a DIY craft service that specializes in like beautiful homey stuff. I got can do from her that I'm still using to this day. So we're going to ask her why and to getting into her version of craft services and what made her forge her lane that way. So Miss Norman, how are you doing this morning?
I'm well, and yourself? I have my
I'm
coffee
doing
here,
well.
so I'm ready for you, Miss Stuttering
Yes,
Diva.
coffee is always important.
Coffee
So
or tea? I gotta have one.
yes. So I met you back at the Anacostia pop-up shop that we did together back in December.
The
You
Emotion
had,
Market, yes.
mhm. You had a beautiful table of array of candles and anything to make your home smell good. What
Thank
was
you.
of course, what was your why into getting into that field? Like, when did you know that you had a passion for that?
Well, initially, when I actually, uh, I've always loved crafting. Candles wasn't necessarily the top of my list. I've always been just a crafter. Like I've always enjoyed making things by hand. And so happened I resigned from my job in 2020. Um, as my daughter just interrupted us, do have a 3-year-old. Um,
That
so,
was a beautiful interruption.
well, thank you. So, my husband and I weighed some options and decided that one of us needed to stay home with her, and that person was me. So I left my position with the federal government, unsure what I was going to do. Just prior to COVID in 2020, I just had a lot of things happen. My mom passed away in January of 2020.
Oh wow.
My baby was in PICU for a week, the first week of January, and then just was a lot going on. So I've always loved crafting. So when I resigned from my job in February of 2020, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. So like around, I was thinking for a while. So in June, I started a DIY arts and craft company.
Mm-hmm.
And I just Googled online, like what I could do as a stay-at-home mom. And candle
Mm-hmm.
making came up. I ordered my first candle making kit offline, and I just fell in love with the process. It's very therapeutic.
Mm-hmm.
It allowed me to be creative. I love the testing part of it because you have to test a lot. It just never got boring. So I just would give them away to family and friends, and then they would get to the point where they would come back to me, girl, you need to make something bigger. Like I need more candles. Like they just
Mm-hmm.
kept coming back for more. Like I can
Mm-hmm.
really say my support system is awesome. I'm not one of the people that would get on and say, oh, I don't, no one supported me, because my family and friends definitely supported me, and they support me to this day. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
thankful for them, and as well for my husband. So I got into the candle making really because they encouraged me a little bit. They encouraged me
Right.
a lot. But candles is not the only thing I want to focus on in this business.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of took off to the point where I had to um, I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to separate the candle sales out of the DIY arts and craft business, because I mean the candle making would be under that, but the candle sales would be under another business eventually. But because I don't want it to overtake the the intent of the DIY arts and craft company, because my
Mm-hmm.
goal is to offer services within a community, specifically
Mm-hmm.
Ward 7. However, I am
Mm-hmm.
willing to go around all of the wards in the District of Columbia, because I think that sharing what I know with others is important. Whether a
Mm-hmm.
person want to do this as a hobby, or do it as a new venture, like start a business. I mean, if I can have
Mm-hmm.
some type of positive impact in my community, that is my ultimate goal. So um, that is part of my why, because I have a lot of whys, but that definitely the community is one of my biggest whys as to why I started the DIY arts and craft company.
And that's kind of sort of what I want to go with my crocheting. It's just like teaching different kids about how you can make your own things out of pretty much what you have in your closet, and you don't need
Mhm.
all the things, and they put to make something beautiful. Like you started off of a pure love, and B, almost like a necessity. So you probably went and go insane now, being in the house for a long period of time. Because that's the difference, right? From being at work for almost 5 to 8 hours a day to now
Mhm.
being at home a lot. Was that like a big adjustment for you?
It kind of was. So initially, like I went on maternity leave like in September um,
Mm-hmm.
of 2019, just before I had my daughter. And so I was at home for a while. So with having a infant baby, it was kind of, I mean, she really kept me busy. So it wasn't, I didn't really get an opportunity to miss work. And then
Right.
I transitioned into the arts and craft part, the do it yourself, the candle making. That kept me busy as well. So it wasn't a huge um, shock for me, even though, you know, the only thing I mean, I definitely didn't miss getting up early in the morning going to work. So I was able to really focus on my
I understand
family,
that.
focus on my craft. And unfortunately, you know, during the pandemic, because that came what later, like in March of 2020, so that kind of shut everything down. And
Mm-hmm.
I was able to focus a whole lot on my craft. So it really kept me busy. You know, it kept me occupied. I was able to experiment. I was able to test. I was able to just research and find out as much as I could about the new journey I was embarking on. So it kept me busy. I didn't really miss
Mm-hmm.
the act of going to work. It really wasn't a hard transition.
Well, from the way you're making this sound, you can never stop working to begin with. The only thing was you was more stationary, which is always a plus. Because
True.
some days I could want to sit in my house with some sweatpants and a t-shirt and still do work and not have to be bothered with the whole travel and hustle and bustle of going.
Hmm.
So, where do you see your business in the next? And I don't say 5 years because 5 years is always that broad. Oh, where do you? Because sometimes we don't even get there. And I believe that we can make success in the next 72 hours rather than trying to plan the big 5 year, 10 year plan.
Hmm.
So, in the next 72 hours, what was on your get it done list?
I didn't hear the last part. It was going in and out. It wasn't. It was the.
Yeah. So in the next 72 hours, what's
Mhm.
on your list of things that you need to get done? Like what will make you feel accomplished in that 72 hours span?
72 hours. Well, I don't know if you know, but I do classes with the Department of Parks and Recreation on Saturdays.
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
I have to prepare for my class on Saturday. It's actually a book class at North Michigan Park Rec. I'm so happy about
Oh,
that.
nice.
So I am going
Yes.
to be preparing for my class.
Mm-hmm.
My goal with the classes is to offer, uh, how can I say this? I want to offer the ultimate candle making experience. Like I want people
Okay.
to feel like when they step into the North Michigan Rack that they're stepping into a private candle making class somewhere. You know, like you're gonna have
Mm-hmm.
supplies, the decor. I provide snacks, and you know, just an experience. I want that I enjoy offering within the community. So you
Mm-hmm.
know, like and well, that's within the next 72 hours because I have to prepare all my documents that I share with the class. I do packaging. We make these. right here. These
Oh,
candles.
those are cute.
I'm sorry.
I said those are cute. I like the bottle, the shape of the bottle.
Yeah, we make these 8-ounce soy candles in the class, so everyone gets to go home with their own. I bring in glitter. They have stickers where they put the decorated, and it's just really cute. I really love it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that is what I'm preparing for in the next 72 hours. Just preparing for my class.
That, that's a lot.
It is. I mean, but it's
That,
fun. Like it doesn't feel like
yeah.
work, and I can't say that enough.
What?
It really doesn't feel like work because it's something that I enjoy doing.
And
Brings me
that's the way
joy.
I. Mhm. And that's what I feel about crocheting. It's like it doesn't, even though I turned it into a business, I
Hmm.
turned it into a form of income, but it never feels like work because everything is different. Everything shows a special hold, a special creativity mindset,
Hmm.
and so it never feels like work. And when something cannot feel like work, that's the best way to spend your time, in my opinion.
Hmm.
So when you embarked on this journey, did you know how big of an impact that it will have on your community when you started?
I had no idea. I had no idea because I knew that candle making was becoming big. I mean, I did research on it. It's
Mm-hmm.
a $3 billion industry, and then a lot of
Right,
people, by people being at home during COVID, during the pandemic, a lot of people picked up candle making as a craft,
right,
which it's not. I love it. Like because it didn't. I didn't feel intimidated by it or anything
right.
because I knew that I was focused on my intent with it. So I just didn't know. Like when I started thinking about the candle making, I made the candles. I was selling the candles, but I'm like, I can teach this. Like I can
Right.
share this skill with other people
Mm-hmm.
that I've learned. And so I started reaching out to people in the community, like different organizations, whether it was nonprofit, profit, government, it didn't matter. Like I was reaching out to different people to say, okay, yeah, I would like to come do a class. I'll sponsor it. Just wanted to do something in the community. I got some nays. Well, I got some people that respond, but
Mm-hmm.
Anacostia Art Center responded, and
Mm-hmm.
so did the Department of Parks and Recreation. So
Mm-hmm.
that led me to have to be able to partner with DPR and to participate in a lot of the events at the Anacostia Art Center. And I'm thankful to both of them because the
Mm-hmm.
experiences that I've gained from connecting with them are priceless. I cannot say it enough. Like I'm so thankful for the opportunity, full of gratitude. I am just happy that I had the opportunity to work with them both because that's really what I wanted. That's what I seeked, and I was able to, and I am still able to work with them. I just did the market out our night at the
Mm-hmm.
Anacostia Art Center, with Status Apparel. It was awesome.
Right.
I enjoyed it. And, like I said, I have 4 classes left with DPR for the fall season. So I have North Michigan Park this Saturday. Next Saturday, I'll be at the Marvin Gaye Recreation Center. Saturday after that, I'll be at Fort Stanton Recreation Center. And
Mm-hmm.
my last one on November the 26th will be at um, Benton Stoddard for the fall
Oh
season. And
wow.
then I pick back up for the fall, I mean, for the winter. So I'll have additional classes coming up in the winter sessions with DPR. So I am really excited about this opportunity. And my goal is to make it better every time. I mean, you get to connect with in the community, you get to meet people, you get to find out um, some people really have a drive and they want to embark on something new and learn something new. And if I could assist them along the way, I definitely don't hesitate with that, doing that.
So if someone wanted to attend some of your classes, how could they find the information and the locations would it be?
Well, the classes are on the DPR website. Because they are, I mean, it's a partnership with the Department of Parks and Recreation. So they will go to the Department of Park and Recreation website, which is dpr.gov, if I'm not mistaken. You will go to the events page, and on the events page is a link there, like as one of the options for the fall programs. It's Wax and Wicks, and they provide you with the days and the availabilities, like if it's slots available. So they'll let you know, and it's a small fee. I mean, when I say a small fee, I mean, it's very reasonable. It's like $10 if you're a DC resident, and to learn how to make a candle for $10 is great, because candle making classes are typically like $50 and up.
Yeah.
So you get the expertise, you get to know. I mean, it's candle making 101. You just get to have the experience for a very reasonable price, and it's really just to hold your slide.
Right, pretty
That,
much at that price.
mhm.
So as we are wrapping up, is there any like words of wisdom that you want to share with someone who's getting into the crafting world? Someone who wants to start, like just any words of wisdom and encouragement that you may want to give them?
I would definitely say research, test, make sure that whatever you want to do, you give it your all. Don't beat yourself up if it's not perfect. Take your time. It's what I've learned the most about crafting. It takes patience. You have to have patience. So, just trust the process, stay motivated as much as you can. Maybe join some Facebook groups on crafting, like whichever your specialty is. And look, YouTube is what they call a YouTube university. I mean, it's a highway of information. I'm not saying all the information is accurate. You have to discern that for yourself. But definitely embark on it. Don't be scared. Have patience, and just be ready to conquer whatever that just to have fun. I mean, crafting is really fun. It's therapeutic. It's no right or wrong way when it comes to art. It's no so don't worry about being in a box. So just research and enjoy it.
Well, Miss Norman, I want to thank you for joining me today on Crocheting with the Diva. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much.
Of course, and to everyone else out there, no matter what you choose to do today, sit back and ask yourself, what's your wife for doing it? This has
And
been
always remember. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, always remember that community matters.
Community always matters. So again, sit back and ask yourself, why? Talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Of course, you're welcome. It was a pleasure having you.
Okay. Did I stop this? How do you stop it?
It still says